Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Real Hebrew Israelites come in week in, week out, prophesy the downfall and destruction of America. First and foremost, let us give all praises, honor, and glory unto you.
Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakapadash.
Which is to say, our praises to the Heavenly Father, right, and Son, who are able to call God, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit. All right, let me give the honor to the apostles and others, great news, well, truly, the Lord Israel, earth today, ready to receive the not much love. Salutations to the I can scatter from the earth by pushing his word and sincerely and truth is the lives to do so. All right, to say shalom. All right, we come to you guys with another quick video. All right, I got a couple articles I want to speak on, correlate with some scriptures, and hopefully it'll be edifying. All right, the first one was on CNN.com, as the headline reads. It was actually uploaded today, December 2nd, 2020. But the headline reads, UK becomes first country to authorize Pfizer and BioNTech's C-19 vaccine. First shots roll out next week. All right. Now that's just reading the headline. Going to that, from that to this article as well, also uploaded today, December 2nd, 2020. Putin orders start of mass vaccination against C-19 in Russia will begin next week with key workers given priority. And this is at the same time we've been telling you that mid-December, Esau's talking about rolling up this Operation Warp Speed, whereas within 24 hours, he wants to mandate this shot that they deem to be 94 to 95% effective. All right. So here it is. We were watching off camera a video snippet of how there were people exposing the fact that there's interlinks between the vaccine shot and the RFID chip. All right. And yeah, man, we told you that this stuff will be coming. All right. So you got something about to say?
Off of what you just said.
Go ahead.
This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. But the vision is yet for a point of time.
Right.
But at the end, it shall speak and not lie.
You want to say something?
No, this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for a point of time. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, it will not tarry.
And so the vision is for a point in time. All right. Right now it's speaking these prophecies. They're speaking loud and clear. All right. This is the point in time in which these prophecies are starting to take place. Here it is, some 2,000 years later. These prophecies that's written in the scriptures are starting to manifest. And that's the one that we mainly speaking on. All right. Esau comes down in great wrath. That's what we are going into right now with these different articles. Again, they're mentioning mass vaccination starting next week. So this is, again, the stuff that we've been telling you about to soon be manifested.
So, like, if I get a quick read.
I just want
to clarify this. Brother from Valor actually did a video. A few brothers made videos because, like I said, he's supposed to go to the FDA is supposed to actually say they're going to approve it or not. 11 saying basically everybody's going to be vaccinated. That's not the case. What's going to happen is 24 hours later, they're going to government, the warp speed is they're going to basically like drop ship it to every state. You know what I'm saying? So every state will have access to it. It's not necessarily everybody get vaccinated.
Yeah, I read that because what they're gonna do is they're gonna start with the healthcare workers first. The people who gonna be giving, they're gonna start with the healthcare workers. Then the people who gonna be giving the vaccine out, and then they're gonna start with.
Yeah. Basically, like they had on the news, it's basically like they got a list of who they're going to versus the healthcare workers and the elderly. And then they talk about like the high risk. So high risk, Jake was deemed high risk. So I don't know what scenario we are in because, like they said, we're deemed high risk of getting it. At some point, they supposed to basically go after the high risk people. But the first people to get it, like I said, healthcare workers and the elderly. So just because, like the brother had to do the correction, a lot of people was thinking that on 11, they just going to come with the troops actually vaccinating everybody.
Right. So, bringing this article headline back, this is again on RTV bill, it says Putin ordered the start of mass vaccination against C-19 in Russia will begin next week with key workers given priority. So going into what we were just speaking about again, them starting off giving people the accessibility to these here shots. So again, Esau about to come out of very rapid because here it is, he's telling you that you want to have what's known as green status, all right, access to normalcy, if you will, normal life, such as being able to go to the movies, being able to go to restaurants, being able to go to these different, concerts and public events that you would need to be, you would need your ID saying that you're, vaccinated. So that's definitely the time that we're getting into, and we got some scriptures to correlate with it. So if you don't mind, can you start with that Matthew 24?
Which is the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, and the 21st verse. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor either shall be.
Right. We oftentimes correlate the times that's coming to like people who, have a visuality, we might correlate it to a movie like the Book of Enoch. All right. Whereas people were bartering, they were trading, all right. There was money had failed, okay. There was the economy had collapsed, and there was pretty much people living off the land with what little bit was left. There was lawlessness, there was sedition amongst men, all right. There was invading one another, all these different things that we told you to occur, such as cannibalism, all right. This is the time that we're telling you is soon to come, all right. A great day of tribulation which will never be like or ever shall be after. Brother was mentioning, 70 AD, things like that. Well, the time comes is going to be worse than all that. Right.
It's Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you what.
Right.
Yeah, and basically the Lord has, let us know the things that are to come, and we bring it to you. All right, we're telling you all these things that's about to happen way before they come, man. Hey, and starting with Apostle Tahar, it's called prophecy. Starting with Apostle Tahar even before him. And that was what? They've been in the truth for 30 plus years, man. So y'all had a long, just like Noah, man. He prophesied 100 years before it actually took place, man.
Right. Yeah, they had a lot of time to prepare themselves.
Right.
A little bit more. They had a lot of time to prepare themselves, but what they give their time, it wasn't beneficial.
Said before they spring forth, I tell you what, man. That's what we out here doing, man. See, now these things are actually starting to happen. They're about to happen right before the eyes of you people, man.
Right. Go ahead, finish that in Matthew. Right up.
This is Matthew 24:22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
For the elect's sake, he said those days should be short. So that's why you see it again, a lot of these different things happening, this year alone. This year 2020, the prophecy, you see a lot of different, prophecies taking place. All right. And again, that's because, as the brother was saying, the days are being short. All right. They haven't Father shortened the days for the elect's sake. So we hoping to be a part of that elect remnant. The Lord has shortened the days for our sake. I was going to get, and I'm going to tell you a precept, real fast, Hebrews 4:2. All right. This is for something that y'all was saying before we got that precept. This is Hebrews 4:2. It says, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. So, yeah, man, the Lord, what I'm saying, even because the brother brought up that Isaiah 42:9, all right, about how things bring forth, he tell you of them. The things that the Lord, is telling you people is that, hey, prophecy is about to happen. Jesus is about to go left. Great misery is about to come to the place. The Lord about to send the sword upon this place, man. All right, but like I said, the word that was being preached did not profit them who didn't have faith who heard it. Man. You see what I'm saying? It only profited those who actually took it and had faith. They were prudent, foreseeing the evil and hiding themselves, all right, in the covenant of the Lord. And now everything that those men have been saying, those prophets have been saying, already starting to manifest. All right, the scriptures speak about, and I can grab it, all right, the poor man's wisdom was delivered to city, right? Yet no man delivered, remember that poor man. right? And hey, we are those poor men, okay? But yet, and still, we the most wise men because we have this knowledge of understanding of how about sin outside. And everything we're saying is actually starting to become manifest right now as we're speaking. All right. So go ahead with what you had.
This Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 13, it says, "Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch." That's basically what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be watching the prophecy. You know, like Brother brought out an article. You're supposed to be, looking up articles and stuff what's going on and equating with the scripture so we'll know what to do in those times. Measuring the time diligently. Like the scripture says.
This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 15. It says, there was a little city and few men within it. It says, and there came a great king against it. It says, I'm gonna start up with it. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, and I'm gonna start at 13. It says, this wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great to me. It says, there was a little city and few men within it, and there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. It says, now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. It says, then said, I have wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. All right, and pretty much how Yahushua was, he was despised and rejected of men. We the prophets as well. All right, likewise manner, our wisdom is despised by the masses, even by our own family. You know, they oftentimes don't want to hear what we have to say because it isn't, pleasing to their ear. You telling them that look, America's about to be destroyed. They're about to, soon try to come down and have a great rest. It's not really pleasing to you if you got their trust in this society. If you know what I'm saying? You're building up your 401k, you're trying to retire, you're trying to, continue your days here. So your wisdom again is despised. All right, it's not heard. It falls on deaf ears, so to speak. But actually, what we're saying is actually coming to pass. All right, I oftentimes go to, brothers here know Matthew 24 and 6 to 8. To prove that the prophecies are true. Because those are exact things that's mentioned there are manifest right now. All right, it goes on to say, verse 17, the words of wise men are heard and quiet more than the cry of him that wrote among fools. It says, verse 18, wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys one good. Yeah, and there's wisdom being better than weapons of war is because we are able to be delivered from potential, trouble. The scripture speaks about that, and I think that's 2 Timothy 3 and 15. It speaks about these holy scriptures which are able to make us wise into salvation. And that's what we trusting in during these perilous times that we head into. All right, because again, they're talking next week, possibly starting, all right, these mass vaccinations. So of course it isn't going to be full effect. Esau knocking on your door until some time down the road, but still, them beginning to roll it out. This is the form of their new normal, their new world order. We're in that season for sure.
The Psalm also, the Psalm chapter 34, verse 6. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him. Like the brother was going into, opposed to how we preaching it to our people and they not receiving it. The Lord actually does. And that's in these times, especially need the Lord to hear our prayer. So us being a poor man crying to the Lord, it says, and saved him out of all his trouble. He's going to be saved out of all of our trouble. Verse 7. The
Like when they try to make us get a vaccination, man, that's a trouble. They try to force us, to take a microchip, which is the RFID microchip. That's a trouble. And they try to persecute, man. That's a trouble. So the Heavenly Father, He's gonna save us out of all of our troubles, man. No matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about how the righteous is delivered, what we paraphrase. That too.
So I'm going to jump down to verse 19. It said, many are the
That's it
afflictions.
too. That's the spirit. That's the scripture that I was thinking about. What that is?
Psalms 34 and 19.
Many, go ahead.
It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous.
Who righteous, man? The elect, okay? Hey, we catch it hell. That's the spirit, man. Just to give a free testimony yesterday, we
had our first snow day in Cleveland, man. We got at least a foot of snow, man. You know, so brothers was catching certain fleeces, man. You know, brothers stuck, brothers brake hoses going out on them, brothers get catching flat tires. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of those afflictions. It say, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. Yeah, the Lord delivered him out of them all, man. Because the Lord made a way that we was able to have the necessary funds to get, you know, to replace the broken parts on our vehicle, to be able to have a spare tire to replace the flat on our vehicle, to be able to have the tools like a shovel and salt to shovel our vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you didn't have a necessity, people would spread on you to endure. Because, you know, talking for the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach 2:1, it says,
Sirach 2:1. The test of the Lord. The Sirach
Thou
come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
you know, no matter what you go through, what's there, how it shot. So when you put you in low places, take it humble. He gonna put you in a place where you thought you was good without him. He puts you in a place where all you need him is only him. Take it cheerful. Don't be in a rush to be like, well, Lord, I gotta get home. No, take it cheerful. He gonna put you in a place to where he really try your spirit, man. For real. It ain't nothing you go through to where the Lord really gonna put you through it. Because he put you in a situation where it's life or death situation. For real. He gonna put you in a situation.
Let me get something for you since you said that. This is what we're coming down to.
You know, with these next nations, because, you know, we not trying to take it, even if our life depends on it. Go ahead.
It's Sirach chapter 11, verse 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Life, whatever situation you in, if it's good for you or bad for you, he put you in them situations trying to test you. He put your foot in your own mouth. So I said something earlier to where I'm thinking about it now, to where I can think it, I was gonna take it back. So I already put my foot in my own mouth. So he giving it the way I gotta deal with it flat out, no matter what it is. I gotta deal with it. The same way every brother's in this truth, you gotta deal with it, man, no matter what it is. Man. I'll take it cheerfully though, because it's all in how Hashem put us in situations to really try to see what you made of. Is you about what you say you about, or is you just lip talking? It ain't about lip talking. It's about, man, putting your life on the line.
In all actuality, man, the Lord trying us to see if you're ready, making us ready for the battle.
Yeah, he's trying us to see through the furnace of affliction.
That's right.
See if we pure gold, you know? You know what I'm saying?
This Revelation 3:10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience." It says, "I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world."
What's it
try
called?
them.
Who?
All the world.
Everybody, no matter what nation, no matter who you are. But it's for the Israelites, and everything is for who? The nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and there's some Indians.
Yeah, which that word right there in the Greek is welcoming, if I'm not mistaken, because it's talking about the whole inhabited earth. You know what I'm saying? That's why the brother was such a spirit, because he started this lesson off with, who is it? UK?
The UK is also doing it with Russia as well as America.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Esau.
Yeah, right.
Because he knows that he had for a short time. That's why Esau moving so warp speed. That's why he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's doing the thing that he's doing, man. Because he know he got a short time to try to, you know what I'm saying, achieve his agenda.
Right.
You know, which is world domination, pinky in the brain.
Right.
That's what Esau want to do. He want to try to take over the world.
Every day.
Every day.
Every episode.
That's all he wake up with. That's the anthem. Brothers, you know, grew up watching that shit. Certain brothers, pinky in the brain.
The word is what the men.
Yeah.
Like I said, shall come upon all the world to try them and dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, because this ain't just for over here in America. This is gonna be for all four corners of the earth. From Russia. Russia is in the east. No. Russia is in the north. It's the north of it's the closest country north of America. It's like a small 80 miles, 50 miles. I want to say it ain't far away from America, bro. So Russia is in the north because the scripture talk about this. They come up from the north in the book of Jeremiah. either 50 or the 51st chapter. You know what I'm saying? So you got Russia in the north, you got UK in the east. You know what I'm saying? You got Australia in the south, so on and so forth, man. China in the west. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, it's gonna come upon all the world to try them, man. Cause why? Cause all the Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Because over 1 million people in China already got the vaccine.
Yup, brothers did a video. Brothers did a lesson on that, man. Over 1 million people in China already got the vaccine, man, because they, you know what I'm saying?
There's been talks that the vaccine not even really effective. You know what I'm saying? As far as stopping the spread.
The person who made it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You can't really trust this devil. And that's what the scripture speaks about, never trust a man.
Yeah, because Bill Gates, he deal with technology. So you know if he behind the vaccine, it's something that's going to further. So it got something to do with technology at the end of it.
Right.
And we can't forget about Bill Gates. He the
Keto Gates.
he's the grandson or the nephew of Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? And who was that whole initiative focused towards? So-called black and brown communities, man. That's when you can find a Planned Parenthood on every corner.
This is on endtimeheadlines.org. It says, this was published November 29th, 2020. We won't force vaccine, but you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade without it.
It sounds just like the chip. It sounds just like the mark of the beast, man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is this word prelude.
Yeah.
This is
A prelude or prelim.
Yeah. You know what I mean? This is a prelude until that technology, mark of the beast, the RFID microchip.
Like the mask, they say without the mask you can't go buy here, you can't go here. Soon it's gonna be without the vaccine, then it's gonna lead up to the
right.
It's all a control thing.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you gotta remember Esau has studied the mind. You know what I mean? So it's all psychology. Like it's like when you chime in the dog or something, you're trying to pet, so they give you form to actually, following the rules of wearing a mask, and it's gonna be to the point with the vaccine.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be legit.
Right.
You know how true that is, man. The other day I went inside the Subway to order a sandwich, and I had my nose. I have not my nose, but my mouth and everything covered up. I had my nose loose, and she say, "Could you please cover your nose?" I said, "I can't breathe with this shit covering my nose." She was about to actually put me out the Subway, but not cover my nose, and she had on her mask herself. You got on a mask, so why are you worried about?
Right.
And it show you how simple. That's why they call a lot of the people looking like sheep.
Boyish.
Yeah, not boy. Because, like I said, take time to think about that. Like, if you wearing a mask, in my job, they even got some kind of dumbass theory like, why you should wear the mask and the next person. It's just like if you use the bathroom on yourself. It's some dumb shit, but like I said, at the end of basically, like, if you use the bathroom on yourself, you got on a suit, and that person got on a suit, you just gonna be using the bathroom on yourself. But like I say, come on, like at the end of the day, the mask ain't even effective. To show you how, they did all these studies. So at the end of the day, it's just showing you how simple people is. We had a situation happen with us when we went to the store, and it was a Jake security guard. He going around the whole store talking about, you gotta put your mask on. But then the people that work at the store, they don't even have their mask all the way up. So, you know what I mean? It's just shit. So shit. So
it's all psychological, man. Like the brother said, it's all a test, really. It's all a trial. It's all an experiment to see who Esau can control and who he can't. That just so he could be able to you know what I'm saying? So he could be able to, it's a process of like the water. That way he'd be able to sift, the desirables and the undesirables. The undesirables are the ones who are willing to rebel and go against the system that's about to be implemented. And the desirables are the ones who are willing to conform to it. That's all it is, man.
I'm going to read a bit of this article. It says the issue of how to motivate vaccine compliance has generated increasing interest, with commentators such as Mike Cernovich writing, "Government won't force you to take the vaccine. Amazon will, airlines will, banks will. You won't be able
they're
to
gonna enforce it, right? They're gonna enforce the mandates and the laws that the government set up. Why? Because if not, they're gonna come up with a fine. They're the ones who gonna get, you know what I'm saying? They're the ones who gonna get punished for the shit. For you not wearing a mask, and you working in my business and in my establishment, I'm the one who's gonna take the brunt end of the stick.
I was watching the Elder Monat, Elder
Manasseh Zagba,
yeah, from
South Carolina.
yeah, he had went into where they go deem you outcast in society, but what was the word he used?
Like a threat to society.
A
pretty
threat
much.
to society, pretty much. Yeah, kind of. So why do y'all watch it on the side? If you don't take this, he gonna deem you like a threat against society because they would start pointing the finger like, well, we cool, but you ain't. But really, the vaccine is not curing nothing.
Right.
The person who made the vaccine saying it's not helping the spread, it's not helping nothing. It's just saying that you got the vaccine.
That's the spirit that
It's
the brother
compliance.
said something about. Because my job, one of their stores, they was forced to shut down for 48 hours and pay $10,000 due to because they got people that's actually and they remind us of this. They got people that actually come to businesses. It's like a secret shopper, and they pay attention to see if you're washing your hands or if you're wearing your gloves. And it's a $10,000 fine. Our job already had to pay that for their store, and they close you down for a couple days,
Right.
and make you pay a fine.
I'm gonna read a little bit more. Y'all got it. It says, "But it's possible to create motivation. Whoever is vaccinated will automatically receive green status. Therefore, you may vaccinate and receive green status to go freely in all the green zones. They'll open for you cultural events. They'll open to you the shopping malls, hotels, and restaurants. You may decide you're not vaccinating, and if you want to enter these areas, you'll need to submit to a PCR test."
Hey, I make this statement, just read that back one time. They already said it's not a for sure. It ain't a for sure if you take this vaccine that you cured. They just passing it off like if you take this, you good. But you can still pass along COVID-19 because COVID-19 is real. It's like something that's real to where what's it to know we put faith in Yahweh how we shot. You got brothers that done had it already.
And to be honest, bro, it ain't really about the COVID, man. It's about the control. So
right.
Esau want to see, how many people gonna run to the vaccine because if you take the vaccine, you're gonna take the chip. So Esau, he just calculate, okay, they ran for it. Okay, that worked. He just he pussyfooting, but it's another word for that.
Yeah, that's what they were speaking.
Gradualism.
They were speaking about pretty much compliance, increasing
Right.
the compliance. And as it went on to say, it says, submit to a PCR test. Therefore, I believe people will understand by themselves that the vaccine will return them to regular life, and they'll vaccinate themselves without our obligating. So, yeah, pretty much them taking away your goods. Yeah, and you'll willingly go and try to submit to it. Go ahead with what you
Yeah, I had a quick little account real quick. This is Daniel chapter 3, start verse 14. It says, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made.
Oh yeah, that's going into Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Nebuchadnezzar had made a decree.
Yeah, that's ancient Babylon. This is modern day Babylon.
That's right, brother.
It's the daughter of Babylon, like the scripture said in Isaiah 47 chapter. So they follow the same customs and the same characteristics. They worship the same gods. They got the same traditions. They got the same tactics as the ancient Babylonians. Then the witchcraft, sorcery. You know what I'm saying? And it's all witchcraft and sorcery at the end of the day.
Because they was told on because they didn't bow down and
that's the spirit, bro. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you got a hotline that you can call for not wearing a mask. You got a hotline that you can call and complain. You real talk. I use that hotline sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in the spirit, call them the goddamn hotline on their ass. But you got a hotline that you can call just, you know what I'm saying, reflecting on what the brother bringing up. They had individuals that was so-called snitching on him. And Esau, he's the biggest snitch. That's the main one who's gonna snitch, bro. Because if you see an Edomite complying they gonna look at a nigga who ain't got their mask on like the nerve of this nigga.
Bro,
I got a mask on.
right. That's the spirit. Like I said, when you look at the system, that's why you got all those crime stoppers and shit like that. They know that, you know, that's the whole thing. You're gonna use, like when you watch the news, you literally got all these like let's say like the newscasters and shit, people that be on the news, you know, like the news
Anchors.
right? But not just them. You know what I mean? Like you got certain people that they might be speaking to, like maybe somebody that's in a certain kind of field, maybe in the healthcare field or whatnot. You got all these people pushing. They can't wait for this vaccine. So like you said, when they do pass it, you're gonna have a group of people that literally gonna be like, no, man, I can. Like they just had that in the news. You got a group of they said mostly people that's like college educated. They're not really down with taking the vaccine. So you, like you said, you're gonna have people that's willing to take it, that's actually believing in Esau science, and just are sheeple. And you got a group of people that's not going to be willing to do it, and you got people that's literally going to be. They're going to use the people to enforce. You know what I mean? You going up
because what Esau do before he used his sword, he always you try to use his witchcraft, his deception.
He uses media.
Once his deception don't work,
right.
once that deception don't work, he gonna come down with the sword, and that's what he gonna force.
Right. That's what for those that probably don't take it. Like Brother Battle was saying, that's the way the scenario he brought up. He said probably more than likely, like the brother bringing out the article, they're gonna ostracize you from society. You know what I mean? And make it hard to maneuver throughout the system. Like you said, there's gonna be areas where you, like you said, green status areas for those that took it. Then they're gonna basically break it down to those that haven't taken it. And then he said all it takes is to do a mandate. Well, now you got to remember they keep pushing that word herd immunity. So a certain amount of people got to actually. I just came across an article today that literally said that basically about how they got to come up with ways to literally get the majority of the people to actually get vaccinated. They already know they're about to have resistance.
Yeah, you put that article in there like it's $1,200 if you participate in the COVID, the match they did the Crown Royal 19. You remember you put an article in the group? No, it probably was. No, I don't know.
Yeah, that was the brother. Yeah, $1,200.
$1,200 USD if you participated in the Crown Royal 19 trials. You know what I'm saying? So Esau know how to get you.
And the Buckeye Health Care Plan, they just sent off something saying because you know that card they give us that prepaid card, and they every time we go visit the doctor they give us money on there, but they offer more money to get the vaccine when they come out. They offer like $100-some on that. So you know how many people gonna run
Right,
get that?
right, just for $100.
It's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Not your vaccine. All right, that vaccine can't strengthen us, man. This wisdom and knowledge is what's gonna keep us stable and protected in that time, man. How about should be our shot, man? Hey, because the scriptures going to that in Psalm the 91st chapter, the pestilence, or it shall come like near us, roughly paraphrasing, man. So hey, at the end of the day, hey man, Esau, hey, what the hell with your Maxine, man?
Through all the temptation, through all the tribulation, what's gonna keep us stable, what's gonna keep us striving is wisdom and knowledge. Right, that's why the Lord said, "Gird up your loins now." You know, so when that time comes, you'll be able to endure it.
Right.
Job 5:17.
Yeah, man. We gonna trust in how much now shall we so making it move, because we definitely again in that season. Everything that we're saying is starting to slowly but surely manifest. All right. It's not for many days to come. It's not far-fetched. It's no longer going to be prolonged. All right. A lot of this stuff we're saying is happening right now, or it's soon to happen. All right. In the upcoming weeks and months. So the dark winter, prepare for it. We'll come to mind Job 38:3. The scriptures say, "Gird up thy loins like a man before with humanity." All right. And he said, "Answer thou me." We got to be able to answer to the Lord's calling.
Yeah, like I said, it is right. All these things are gonna be happening. So on behalf of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Hashem and Hawashai is the one who's gonna be having these things, take place and transpire. seek him, you know, and depend on him. That's what the Heavenly Father ultimately wants. He wants us to depend on him. You know what I'm saying? And not lean upon our own understanding, not, you know, lean and you know, upon these devils, you know what I'm saying? The Lord wants us to depend on him. That's why he about to bring all these things upon the earth, because the only ones who's going to depend on him is the elect. That's it. It's the elect of the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? That's the only one that's going to depend on the Heavenly Father.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 26. My flesh and my heart felleth with the howl of Shimon on Shabbos in my heart. My portion forever. Like you said at the end of the day. Like you said, basically, you know, this is ultimately a test. That's why it's gonna get so severe. You know what I'm saying? Like we were speaking about this, me and the brother one day. I forgot when we were speaking on how, like, you know, the Lord could feed you, like, or sustain you any way He chooses to. You know, it could be somebody vaccinated, and for whatever reason, the Lord put a spirit on that person to actually give you food. You know what I mean? Or shop for you or whatever. You know, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be your strength that's going to get you through this. You know, ultimately, you know, believing in, you know, relying on the outlet. I say that's why it's going to be so hard. Like you say, at the end, we take the time to really think about this. Like I said, it's going to be this whole system is about to be in every facet of society. You're not going to be able to get around this. You know what I mean? Like I said, like when you go into the Lucifer, they're going to be able to actually check and make sure you had some form of this vaccine.
And you can read that precept one time.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 26. My flesh and my heart felleth, but
You
how
say, my wisdom.
my flesh.
You said, my. You said, my. It's our own understanding. Not a thing. What?
And my flesh and my heart felleth.
That's his heart, his flesh. He was doing his moral thoughts. We only mortal man. It's for fellas. What we thinking ain't right. But what?
But Yahweh should be on chest strength in my heart.
That's right. His thoughts, his ways. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at that time. That was the precept. Because it ain't about what we think. What we think is off. What we think about mortal flesh is off. We might think some shit that's gonna save us when it ain't. You know what I mean? Don't trust in your bow, don't trust in your sword, trust in your Yahweh by some Yahweh shot. That's what we put these videos for. That's what we go through, for. Ain't no promise. Ain't no promise, man. The promise is given to our bloodline, but it's only given to certain men, the elect, people that's chosen for the foundation of the earth, man.
It's Job 5:19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles.
17.
It's Job 5:17. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
All right, which is chastening is a punishment for correction. So that's what the Lord going to put us through in Jacob's trouble. It's going to be a punishment for our correction.
And the chastening is going to make us stronger. It's going to, scripture say that, let me paraphrase and no tribulation, work of patience. You know, so the chastening is going to make us stronger. You know, the things the Lord put us through, it strengthens us. It don't break us down. It say, for he maketh sore and bindeth up, he wounded, and his hands made whole. So at the end of the chastening, we will be whole. We will be perfect.
It's up to him. It's basically what it's saying. Read it again.
It say, for he maketh sore and bindeth up.
It's up to him. He the one that won't, he the one that heals. All power is in his hand.
And his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So the Lord will deliver his elect through the whole thing. And that 7th trouble, which is the missiles, is not going to touch you. Because as scripture said, the elect shall be scarcely saved. You know, the scriptures say that The elect will be spiritually saved, man. So the elect's gonna make it. And 2/3 of everybody else is gonna die. They say in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and sword from the and war from the power of the sword.
So no matter what's going on, you can be in a great, even the elect can be in great famine, but he will deliver you.
Yeah, the scripture say, righteous shall scarcely make it.
That's the same scripture that the brother was quoting. Man, the elect might be going through some shit for real hard times, but believing how it shot had that faith that no matter what, he can wake you up from your drunkenness, your sleepiness, no matter what you're going through. It could be you, your church might be put to death in concentration camp. We got so many scriptures that show you that he delivered people from what they is about to go through, man. Tribulation. Man, we gonna laugh at that, man.
That's why the scripture say, look at the generations of the old.
See if any have the Lord was forsaken.
Yeah, but you still have some, bro? Yeah.
It say, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
If we gonna be hid from when people try to slander our names, accuse us, when people try to accuse us of certain things, what of course it's not true.
Yeah, that's coming up now because they got it in the media now dealing with that situation when he went to Edomite house and hit him with a what you call that? A machete, man. That they say he belonged to the, they use that derogative term, that word, that byword, which is no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite,
I mean, I'm gonna say it, black Hebrews. Guys, they black Hebrew Israelite. I see they black Hebrew Israelite. Everybody that outside the doctrine and the teaching of Yahweh Shemau in sincerity, them niggas is black Hebrew Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it from the other side of the spectrum, you know what I'm saying? They is black. What does black mean? Border light. You know what I'm saying? So, because they border light, that's why they teaching the things that they teach, man. You know? So yeah, he belonged to black Hebrew Israelites, all right.
It said, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast.
That's the spirit, destruction and famine. We don't laugh. We laughing at the destruction. You know what I'm saying? Because we anticipating destruction. That's what's gonna bring us joy. That's what's gonna bring us happiness.
And they mentioned again that they're not gonna be afraid. And like before we started the live stream, we was talking about faith. That's the reason why the elect's not gonna be afraid in that day. It's like what's the song you always quote? In the time of fear, we will be coming in time.
Mr. Hero.
Right.
Yeah, we are not afraid, even though there's much to fear.
Right.
It is much to fear.
And the reason why the elect not gonna fear is the Lord gonna put that spirit on them not to fear. It say, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee, and thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitations and shall not sin. So at the end of the whole tribulation, at the end of the thing, we're gonna be made whole. We ain't gonna sin, we're gonna be perfect. So the things that we're gonna go through is gonna be worth it because the Lord's going to give us a greater reward, which is the kingdom.
That's what we think.
Yeah, it was really going into Esau, about Esau, though. I can bring it up. It's Job 5:12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. So at the end of the day, man, the Lord is about to disappoint this devil, man. This devil think he got it all planned out, man. All right, this devil think he got his whole escape planned out. All right, this devil think he's gonna, chip the masses of the people, depopulate the planet Earth. This destruction gonna happen, and he's just gonna come out of his bunkers, man, back on top, man. But the Lord is gonna disappoint all that, man. All right, and how's the Lord gonna disappoint that? First and foremost, by not allowing the elect to fall victim to your devices, man.
Bible ball.
Bible ball.
Waffle,